What's up, witches? It's Luna, shooting back to back to get through these Yijing tools that I'm very unsatisfied with. If you watched my video yesterday, you will find out just how unsatisfied I am with decks of Yijing, and you'll get my lecture on cross-holidation there. So I will link my original Yijing video to this as well, so you can get just more of an idea of how this oracle is supposed to work. And if you look at the second one that I did, which I posted yesterday, you will see my little mini rant on cross-holidation. Go watch that and you'll understand more about this. Okay, so here we have another Yijing deck. This one's called Dead Moon by Luis Royo. Yijing Dead Moon, 64 colored cards and instructions leaflet in several languages. This is by Fournier, USA. No, wait, Fournier, Spain. This was published in Spain. I don't remember who produced it or who distributes it here, whether this is US Games or the other one, Llewellyn. Certainly not Hay House or anything, because I got this in the years that I was purchasing them with an employee discount, and we were only ordering from US Games and Llewellyn. All right, so there's the box. You will see very cool artwork in this deck, though. So unlike yesterday's deck, this one has a redeeming characteristic right off the bat. Now, we have this chunk of white cards. So here's the actual deck, and then we get this chunk of cards that start in Spanish. And we go through, they're on both sides. They're numbered at the bottom like pages. 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. And when we get to page 16, we get English instructions. So we get Book of Mutations. They translated them as mutations rather than changes. The Yijing is a traditional Chinese oracle, an ancient text which is considered the main source of Oriental wisdom. Its poetic messages trace the path of ancient Taoist masters, the Tao. The important decisions and the depth of thought sought after in the Yijing. That's a sentence by itself. The important decisions and the depth of thought sought after in the Yijing is the Tao. All right. The Yijing is transmitted through symbols. The symbols are based in continued and discontinued bars. That's the solid lines and the broken lines. 3 bars consist in a trigram. Different combinations of three continued with discontinued bars form 8 trigrams: heaven, earth, thunder, mountain, sun/fire, wind/wood, lake/mist, and water. 3 continued bars represent the sky, power and creation, the absoluteness and unity of the forces of nature. 3 discontinued bars represent Mother Earth and her fertility. 2 discontinued bars and continued one represent thunder. Its stridency propels us. So this is telling the different combinations to get those 10 distinct or 8 distinct trigrams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. But it doesn't tell you like where. You know, you can't just say 1 broken line and 2 solid lines. Where that broken line falls makes a difference. All its symbolism is related to nature and its cycles. Trigrams in its duality are related in groups of 2, forming, it says 74 Yijing hexagram. No, it's only 64. 8 times 8 is 64. Tao is the force of the universe in harmony and nature, and the hexagrams reveal the equilibrium of man and the cosmos. So there's a very nice description there. The first Yijing version dates back to the 3rd millennium before the Christian era, and were found in one of the texts, so the translation is miserable here. In one of the texts, Emperor Fuxi, although it was Confucius in general terms that popularized it, making it into one of the 5 classical Confucian books. The Yijing sits on the dualism of the dynamics of the cosmos, where each thing has its opposite side, the yin and the yang, death and rebirth, passive and active. It submerges us into the philosophy of Tao, harmony over all. That is really a good description of things. I'm going to put the Spanish cards away here. Now, this book that comes with it, so we have Spanish and English on the cards. When you go into the book, we get French and all the other languages. So this is just supplemental languages. All right. Now, face card, Yi Jing, Dead Moon. So we will be going through the artwork on these before we do a spell, before we cast a hexagram. So this is, these do not have the names of the hexagrams on them. We just have an image. So that's all I can do is show you the image. The artwork is beautiful. This is a deck worth having just for tattoo inspiration, because the images are really nice. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can do it this way. First one was creative. Second one was receptive. This one is difficult start. You know I'm not going to do that for 64 cards. Like I said, just the artwork itself makes this deck worth having in the collection. But I remember when I got them, because the Yi Jing, the book that I reviewed the other day, was the first gifted divination system that I received as an adult. And so I was used to the incredible information that was in that book that had a foreword by Carl Jung. And so when I got these, you know, it was just disappointing. I mean, they were like, wow, yeah, the images are great, but not so much the content. And the deck that I reviewed yesterday, I was upset because it didn't have the numbers of the hexagrams on them. This one does not have the names. So, you know, each of these is missing a big chunk of information. Hello. Okay, so he's number 12. Let's just see. This is stagnancy. This one is communion with others, I'll say. And wait, 13? Yeah. Stagnancy 13, right. Mastery of oneself. I mean, just look at these gorgeous. The style, the fashion, the tattoos are fantastic. So at the very least, Luis Royo, I'm a fan. Let's look at number 16. This is enthusiasm. Come on. She's not looking real enthusiastic, but I guess we're supposed to get enthused over her butt. So again, I don't know about the artwork going along with the imagery. This one's called Following. Okay, I could see that. This one is Decline. Approximation. You know, so the images, I mean, this would make a good tarot deck. I think we could, approximation, you know, really what? I don't know. This one is contemplation. This one is unequivocal action, fire over thunder. Arr. Just gorgeous. Look at that. This one is grace. Disintegration. All right, I could see that. The Return. So this one, I mean, the Yi Jing doesn't seem to be, at least, you know, the ways I've used it, and I have very little experience with it. That's Innocence. It's not one like that you're going to use like Tarot, where you're just going to throw, you know, a big spread and all the cards affect each other. The Grand Lesson. This is very much, you know, you're going to take a hexagram. I guess you would be kind of asking one question after another with something like this. This one is Provide Food. Okay. Yes, that shows that without a doubt. Provide Food. This one is Excess. Water Abyss. Okay. Fire Clarity. So again, we have beautiful images, but it's not the images that are going to be read with this deck. It's the hexagrams. So I guess these are just kind of, you know, eye candy. Withdrawal. By all means, if anyone has used this deck, hold on, because fucking Mercury retro. You look at my last video, everything went haywire. By all means, if you have one of these decks and you use them to read like a regular deck, let me know. Let me know what your experience is. Sorry, I'm taking my socks off because I'm roasting. Because I've got charcoal in front of me and a flame. Oh my God. All right, let's get through the rest of these guys. Oh, okay, I see. So again, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous artwork. I'm curious if Luis Royo has illustrated other decks. The name is sounding familiar to me now. 41 is the Decline. Yow. Evolution. This is Determination. Confront it, it says. Yeah. So we can get some serious enjoyment over this. Indeed. The Push Upwards. That certainly is descriptive. All right. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. Oh, he looks so sad. Can I make you happy? 48. Let's see what that one is. The Well. All right. Obviously. 49 is the molting. Oh, that is this. They call it molting or skinning. Yikes. The Pot. Ooh. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. She is 51, and that is The Wakening. This is Be Calm. Whoops. Progress, Development. The Marriageable Maiden. Abundance. The Traveler. She is Penetration. Serenity. Dispersion. Restriction. The Interior Truth. The Importance of the Diminutive. Completed. And Without Completion. Okay, so there are the hexagrams. And remember that we're going to have to look each one of them up on this little tiny card. So you saw with the book, I hope, that there was a lot of information. And you toss coins and you get strong lines and you get weak lines. So already we have a problem with a deck because this is an oracle that is supposed to be consulted in this way. All right. It's so hard. I wanted to do yesterday's deck and this one together, but I thought it would be too long of a video, but I'm going to be constantly comparing them, so you're just going to have to go back and look. So to get a hexagram, these are what the hexagrams look like. And as I read, they are composed of a trigram at the bottom and a trigram at the top. There are 8 different trigrams. So you put them in 64 different combinations with each other. 8 at the top, 8 at the bottom, all different combinations are 64. And ancestors and allies, I had already invited them in on the other video that I just shot, so they're still here. But let's give this a little bit of Fire of Azrael, just to inspire it. Please bring us some information from this deck for the good of my viewers. Thank you very much. Now, the deck that I did yesterday, one good thing about it is it did have meanings for the strong lines. This one does not. So even if you used the coins to get the one hexagram and then it changed in, you let the strong lines change into their opposites, you're not going to get the meaning for each of the lines. All right, let's just go through this. Going to use the same pad I used on that video. Let's ask here. What do we need to know today in order to thrive in our current times, in order to be our best, most empowered selves? And there we have an 8, which was the same as the one before. We get a strong line. There's a 9. So that is a strong yang line, and we indicate that by drawing a little circle over it. If this was a strong yin line, I would have put an X in the middle of it to indicate that. Okay, then we have another 8. Yes. Oh, of course. Of course I threw it on the floor. And then we have a strong yin line. So I'm actually getting strong lines that we won't be able to learn about. And yin, that's another yin line. And then we have 2, 4, 7. All right. So let's read about consulting these cards. All right. Ancient methods of Yijing are carried out through concentration rituals so as to leave the mind in blank, subsequently entering into meditation on the subject to be consulted so as to be guided by the signs of the forces of the universe. Traditionally, they were sticks of yarrow, a sacred plant used for divination. 64 cards are shuffled for the consultation. The deck is cut and set in 2 piles and again put together, putting the top pile on the bottom. They're spread over the table, and the interested party is asked to extract a quantity of cards that the method needs. The 4 methods of Yijing are consultation of a particular subject or a daily consultation. 3 cards are placed one after the other, then they're revealed interpreting one after the other with relation to the other. 2 is current vision. They will be ordered in piles, one on top of the other, each one with 3 cards each. The cards are lifted one by one, independently analyzing its significance and subsequently the significance of the whole in each pile. The first pile situated above describes health, happiness, and welfare. The second pile refers to work, economy, and social relationship. The last pile refers to friendship, affection, and sentiments. Pyramid. 6 cards are placed in the shape of a pyramid, 1 on top, 2 under, and 3 at the base. The top card's the current situation of the interested party. The 2 cards under it refer to the path to be taken, and the 3 situated underneath project the future. I think we're going to do that. Star is 5 cards are placed on the table in the shape of a star and 1 in the center. They're revealed one by one, but the top. This is inquiring about our interior. The points of the star reveal the projection and evolution of the request, and the center of the star, the current moment of the interior. Okay. Let's just look up our trigrams. So again, I need a frickin' book in order to look up the hexagram that we get with the coins. So trying to use the coins and then go to the deck with this tool isn't going to work very well. All right, so at the top we have Ken, and at the bottom we have Khan. Ken and Khan is number 4. So let's go to number 4 in here. That's the one we get. And we don't even know her name. Okay, mountain over water, Meng. Inexperienced youth. The mountain sticks out from the sky with a spring gushing out from the mountainside. Advice is needed and learning from one's errors. The master shows the path to ascend the mountain. Firmness will be needed in the accumulation of energy for the great effort. Okay, we need advice because they will show us the way to the top of the mountain, and we've got to be determined to get there, is what I get out of that. And then if we take it to its, that's what it changes to. This one changes to this. Okay. So it would change to Li on the top, which is fire, and Kun on the bottom, and that is number 35. Oops. So 35. Oh, cumbersome decks. All right, 35 is called The Power of Enormity. Thunder over heaven, Ta Kwang. Thunder jubilantly demands from the heavens to look up and celebrate that grand moment of unrestrained nature. It is the moment of ascent. Strength and its omens are favorable for reaching imaginable results. Care should be taken in the manner one achieves one's goals without committing errors and showing disdain towards others. I'm not having fun. Are you? I hope you're having fun. All right, let's just do this thing. So, we don't get the lines delineated for us. We don't get much of a meaning, but we're going to try again. So we're going to try the pyramid. They shuffle nice. The deck I did yesterday, I didn't shuffle because you need to keep them in order. If you're using coins, you need to keep them in order to be able to find the ones you're looking for. Right. Okay, so what do we need to do? Please bring a clear message to me and my viewers. Please bring us a clear message. I offer you water and incense and everything else. Okay, there's one. And now we go 2 and then 3. I'm just going to do them like this so they don't take up the entire table. Let's get the coins out the way. All right. Then we just go here. So pyramid. Ah, shit. What did I do? 60. Oh, there it is. Okay. That goes there. This goes here. All right. Pyramid. Top card is the current situation. And that's number 18. Mountain over wind, decline. The current situation is decline. On the mountainsides, the wind blows incessantly. It will clean the valley. We'll be able to contemplate the mountain. Good. Let's clean the fucking valley. Yeah. There were errors as well as hard and difficult times. The furious wind will let fall on its devastating path that which need to be cleared. The path will be cleared after chaos and decadence. One must make decisions and seek new horizons. Okay, things are falling apart. We are in decline. Yeah, so this is an indication that we let it fall apart and we let the wind blow and cleanse everything. All right. The top card, okay, the two cards under it refer to the path to be taken. So we have 56 and 15. The path to be taken. Fire over mountain, the traveler. The flames from the fire can be seen from the mountain summit as it gets dark. The vision is ever changing from the valley. These are times of constant changes, of experimenting new things. The untiring traveler walks on decisively towards the unexpected and unknown, feeling life in his interior. So what do we need to do? Keep moving. We need to, these are times of constant changes. Keep moving, try new things. And number 15 is modesty, earth over mountain. The mountain elevates over the earth. After reaching the mountaintop, we must now descend into the valley. Results are achieved calmly, and at the same time appreciating large and small, time to seek one's equilibrium and that of others, flexibility and for valuing others' merits. Okay, so we need to keep our humility and keep calm and seek equilibrium, appreciating both the big things going on and taking care of the small things. All right, so that's the path forward. Then the three situated underneath project the future. Here we go. 9. Wind over heaven, the power of the small. Wind cleanses and offers us heaven. Invisible, it moves the clouds and reveals the stars. To know the dimension of the situations and limits is decisive in achieving success. Small things influence life and its projects. One must know when to move forward and when to withdraw and order one's priorities. So, power of the small. So, power of the individual is what I'm seeing there. And also, just knowing our limits, knowing the size and shape of what we need to accomplish and knowing our limits takes us forward. And I mean, this is talking about the future. So the power of the small. I'm thinking this is the uprising of citizens in this country. Then we have 43. Heaven over lake, determination. The waters evaporate and rise up to the heavens. From there, once again, it will descend, cleanse the air, and refresh the vegetation. Time to persevere with composure for our mission in spite of obstacles. Everything can be advantageous or disastrous. Let us opt for the correct solution, not turn our backs on it. Okay. We got work to do. And the last one is 10. Heaven over lake, walk. Do you notice that each one of these had heaven in it? All right, walk. The heavens reflect on the lake and both contemplate themselves at a distance. Time to share the path, although at different levels the actions affect the surroundings. Through mutual benefit, we occupy our place and each act affects the whole. Okay, so the power of the individual working together in order to really move things and cleanse things. What was that, 43 again? And can I talk about how cumbersome it is having to go through all these cards? The waters evaporate, time to persevere. So individuals combining their power together, persevering, knowing the size of the problem, and getting the problem fixed, I guess. It was confusing. It sounded confusing to me. How did it sound to you? It's a cool deck. I mean, I could see just using this deck as its own thing. But I don't know. I mean, it would certainly take a learning period to really read through these meanings and connect with them, personally connect with them, because the language is difficult. It's I mean, the language of the I Ching is difficult anyway, particularly if you go into that Wilhelm Baines book from my first video. The language is very arcane. This has been around for several thousand years. So the translations can be difficult. They're certainly difficult in this one. And not resonant, difficult in the sense that they're not easily connected with, they don't easily resonate for me. So I wish this was the end of the I Ching decks, but it's not. There's one more to come. Thank you so much for hanging with me through these. It's great to know that you're there. Oh, for God's sake. Please subscribe to my channel if you found this in any way entertaining whatsoever. You can donate to me down below. You can also purchase me a deck off my wish list, and if you do, I will read for you from that deck. Don't make it a I Ching deck, please. That's just my one request there. Okay. You can also join my Patreon in the link below. My initial tier is just for general support, but there are perks with every tier. Go check them out. You can also join me on my Discord server at TheZenWitch and watch me do all my awkward learning in the public eye. Hell yeah. Anyway, I appreciate your being here. I'll be here tomorrow for another unboxing and next Wednesday for live stream readings for all the signs. So until I see you tomorrow, stay safe. This is TheZenWitch. Blessed be.